Dire team ban. EG's turn to ban.
Like the way they set up their strategy, it might be a little bit too if you fail that high ground push.
Dire team ban.
But then again, Dota is pretty heavily set on being able to control the map. So high ground push isn't actually the biggest thing in the world. If you can take down just one tier 3, which Meteor Hammer and like these sort of things do make easier for you, then it opens up shrines. You take out shrines, you control the map again. You just build a huge advantage.
You know what? I take it back. I think EG has a pretty big, like, 80-20 favor. now that I look at it and how good they are, like, honestly, just, I think they have the advantage. 80-20 for sure.
We can find out. We are in a draft.
Felt his phone vibrating violently, and he's like, "Oh no, the sponsors heard."
Lumi, I believe.
I'm on.
You're good one. I got
he's
game
in the
2,
war
bud.
room.
Sure.
Maybe Cap should do game 3 if it comes down.
No,
to
I'm good, thanks. I'm the co-host.
Oh, we were gonna rock
Slacks
paper.
wouldn't know how to do the war room, so I don't either.
Yeah, he literally went up one time and there was like 3 picks. He's like, I can't do it. There was like 5 picks when I get up there that weren't done.
Is IO banned? I just took IO out. I assume IO is going to be
IO
banned.
is indeed
IO
banned.
Beastmaster, Venge.
Winter Wyvern is still in, by
Oh,
the
okay.
way.
Undying for EG.
Yeah, just so you know, Undying for EG first pick.
I can't believe that Undying hasn't been picked more.
That is going to be
It's been
Fierce
banned
Hero, right?
a few times. Yeah, more than likely Fears. I don't think it feels too not playmaky for Crit.
Yeah,
but he's played Puck as support, so what the hell?
Where the hell's Undying on this?
With the
he should be
U.
on. Yeah, he should be there.
I think when part of your concept as a hero involves you dying, you know, for then it's
his
probably
name.
a 5 position, right?
Is he not on there?
I don't see it. UVW, right? U comes before
A, B, C. Yeah, TUV. TUV. So he should be right behind Venge or something.
They pick,
Don't worry, I've been there, Lumi.
Yeah,
Wyvern or Ancient Apparition, one of them. So they go Ancient Apparition, Sand King.
So is EG on Radiant or Dire?
They are on Radiant.
EG is Radiant, yes.
Okay.
And then it's AA Sand King for coL.
Oh god, I'm so.
That's such a strong opening. Like,
Yeah.
it gives away a little bit what you want to do, but I mean, it's not like it has a hard counter to a stun and a heavy team fight, you know?
Yeah, an Ancient Apparition is like a really good counter to Undying in so many ways. The heals aren't going to be effective. Your whole entire concept of your hero is being able to ramp up your HP, so percentage is particularly effective. Then you've got nice synergy between a initiating stun into Ice Blast, or early game it's going to be Cold Feet.
I guess, and Rubik for each. All right, there's Crit's hero for sure. And the Yaps are super greedy. That's a good thing about Undying. You just get Tranquil Boots, and I mean, you want more, but you don't need it. And Rubik can just play insanely greedy. And now you can steal AA, and Sand King Stun's probably, besides Fisher, I'd say is one of the top 3 spells you can steal.
Yeah.
What I kind of love about Dota is that there is so much history to the game, and that some interactions just haven't ever changed.
Yeah.
And this is one of them, right? Is that Rubik will always be considered a good pick versus a Sand King.
How would you not be?
If
You lose half your range or something.
changed Spell Steal or Burrow Strike.
Yeah.
Like those 2 abilities are so integral to the heroes that.
Or they give Sand King like Burrow Strike cast range talent, and Rubik when he steals Burrow Strike doesn't get
Oh,
the
he doesn't
talent.
get it,
right?
yeah.
Imagine if Sand King has like a talent like increase 1,000 range on Burrow Strike.
Just gives him, and then you buy
sudden it's
Agnus, and then you buy
like-
Agnus, you just stun him from the fountain.
Right, Rubik's like, well, I guess I'm not as good on Burrow Striking.
Lone Druid banned from Complexity.
It's
to ban.
Damn, that's quick.
Didn't they pick Lone Druid once yesterday?
Yeah.
Chesty was playing it, right?
Complexity and EG, actually, out of all the teams in NA, probably play the most similar amount of heroes.
So they're taking away some of the
And
harder
anti-mage as
carries
well.
and kind of like
10
dead lane
seconds
heroes that are hard to gank. With Ancient Apparition, he doesn't give you a disable,
5
so
seconds
it would be
remaining.
kind of problematic for with AM.
So Tiny-
Gyrocopter's still out there.
Tiny and Gyro, the 2 we saw yesterday.
Yeah.
We saw, me and Lumi were watching the replay of LFY Newbie, and they played Gyro pretty similarly, RTZ, and who was it?
Monet was playing it.
Monet. And
I thought Monet had a better skill build because he started
goes
leveling
Q.
Q.
Yeah.
Whereas I think RTZ just maxed
10
Black Cannon.
he went
straight
0-4-4-1 plus talent, which was really interesting as a Gyro, because a lot of people think Q's your best ability early game. It used to be. Now that Rocket got kind of buffed, it's far better.
Yeah, I think it probably just depends on what kind of control you have.
Yeah.
On your team.
EG's
If you really do
turn
have
to pick.
many disables, maybe the Q is
Viper.
more value.
That's a stable hero, frontliner, who can flash farm a little bit better than he used to be able to. Cap, you look confused when they pick that.
Hmm?
Or is the sun just in
No,
your eyes?
Yeah.
Oh,
Bright lights in the
Oh.
studio,
10
you know.
I feel
seconds
you.
remaining.
The sun, yeah.
Bright lights. You never been to Hollywood, huh? I used to have the
5
stars in my eyes when I
seconds
saw the bright
remaining.
lights. You know, I was
Whenever I
actually
look at you,
I-
Grant, I'm just so overwhelmed.
I was an extra in the Goonies. I was Chunk's little brother. I'm just kidding. What a good
Dude,
movie.
more like you were Ralph from Christmas Story.
Wait
Alright.
a minute.
So what
Wait,
are we
oh,
thinking here for EG?
He had green teeth. Green teeth.
Oh, Ralph, that guy was so scary.
I know.
What are we thinking for EG here?
Well, not gyro.
Yeah.
I mean,
No gyro.
okay, it could be, but
They could do a Tide Hunter here, and I think they're fine with that
Team
versus AA Sanking Vibe. They're gonna go
Ooh.
Lena. My goodness.
Wow.
That's just a. I mean, they do it because they know it's gonna be up against Viper, right?
Yeah.
Samail's been spamming out a lot of Lena.
But your Fiery Soul is gonna get cancelled by
Right,
Viper.
kind of.
Yeah, I
10
mean,
seconds
you're a
remaining.
long range hero, so you shouldn't be in that situation
Okay.
anyway, right?
5 seconds
Is the
remaining.
tiny here at all like off the table for the teams, or is it still a possibility to be picked up?
I
by
don't think
either?
EG wants to tiny against Viper. Feels
Or
like,
AA, yeah.
that-
How
that-
about tiny for complexity?
They would.
But are you gonna already say that Limp is gonna play that Viper? Because Limp is the tiny for
I don't know.
complexity.
They could pick Tide. I just don't think it's good. I mean, we saw it a lot yesterday, but it doesn't mean it's necessarily like an every
True.
hero kind of pick.
We haven't been seeing it, but I think Viper could also go safe lane.
Yeah, he could. We saw it a lot in Europe. It kind of
EG's
failed, actually.
turn to pick.
There's a Kunko.
So they're doing it again. Yeah.
Io.
So offlane Sand King then.
Yeah, I already put him there.
Yep.
Moose
That's why Lumi's in the war room, and I'm sitting here being a dumbass.
I mean, Moo had great games yesterday on
He
the
did.
Sand King.
Besides the no blink,
Sure.
you have to get blink at some point on
Sure.
that hero. That's just a fact. It doesn't matter what you're playing in.
All right,
5
this is in
seconds
the river
remaining.
roaming.
The Roche Pit Roamer.
So what's a hero that stands up against
Bo?
Sand
No.
King pretty well? Because they can run aggro potentially with the Undying pick.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, there's a PL ban, AM ban.
you'd be picking
hard
Timber
carry.
into Ancient Apparition, but Timber
Dire
can
team ban. Puck.
do with that matchup. Oh, Puck.
Oh, I heard
Is it
Puck.
Puck?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So that will be
that's their
probably
side pick.
Universe, I assume.
Yeah. They've got a lot of initiation and catch, but kind of fragile heroes.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah,
And
this
what
is
are you gonna
a-
get? Like what?
Tanking.
What's like? Do you need a
5
tanky here on
seconds
EG then, like a Razor carry, or no? Or you
EG's
just go
turn
all
to
in on-
ban.
Being glass cannons.
I mean, I kind of look at this, and you've got the combination of team fight and pickoff, but you don't really have any sort of high ground potential. So maybe just the better late game hero here,
Get a
because I
draw
don't
ban.
think you really want to challenge complexity
10 seconds
too much into
remaining.
full 5-on-5s.
Yeah.
Like
Who
I
banned the
would
draw?
not go for
Complexity.
Complexity
ban.
ban the draw.
Remaining.
That makes sense. Lena Puck.
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
Lena Puck.
Puck actually dominates an off lane if you get Drow or and then Rubik.
But you
Rubik
could break her passive.
for 2 seconds. Just
God.
no aura for you.
Got
Oh
him, dude.
God darn it.
Even worse if Puck ends up being against the Sand King and they run, aggro. With the,
I mean, Undying Rubik. That's a great start for an aggressive tri lane.
Undying. I love Undying in tri lanes. We don't see this. We've been seeing a lot of dual lanes, but man, Undying.
The tiny still get banned.
They're nervous about me. They just don't know how to counter it.
I mean, they've got super fragile heroes, right? They could still be susceptible to
Stun
like the
cost
blink
combo.
tiny combo
Yeah.
if you still went that route.
Which is what Limp actually goes. Like Limp builds it way differently. They may pick the same hero, but
10
Limp
seconds
still does, I
remaining.
think, treads, drums, blink.
Yeah.
A lot different than Arteezy.
5 seconds
Who
remaining.
goes more of like this harder carry,
Yeah.
right click build.
Well, there you go. EG. They have to pick their core before complexity. Complexity is probably. I know Kyle's happy with the draft right now. Wonder how
Mhm.
EG's feeling.
Well,
I know we got the Puck already, but I was thinking that if they wanted an off lane that could do really well against Kunkka and Sanking, the Universe Abaddon I felt like would be really good.
Yeah.
Right now, complexity is so single target that you put a Photic Shield or press the attack or whatever. It just shuts them down. But
I
Go
just don't
for
think
it.
Arteezy would play Lina or Puck, though. That was the only thing.
Yeah.
And now Clinks, so that's one way. AA off. AA early game versus like a level 6-7 Clinks. That's like one of the worst feelings in the game.
10 seconds
And it's
remaining.
it's pretty good versus Viper too.
Yep.
Because
5
you're
seconds
used to being so
remaining.
tanky, but
they changed strafe, right? I wonder if that has an implication or anything.
Oh,
Like you
yeah,
could dodge burrow strike.
I think so. You're right.
So when you have
straight
strafe on, it's like the funniest animation. They don't even actually have an animation for
it
strafe.
just moves. Yeah,
It
it's
just
so
like kind of
bad.
dodges.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I like the Clinks last pick. You get an early Solar Crest or even just Medallion, and you will melt all 4 of these heroes.
Hmm.
And this kind of forces complexity into possibly getting a
what if
more
you,
armor heavy like hero, right?
I mean, what if you just pick up like some sort of gap closing carry, like PA or something, and kind
You
of
like
got in their face?
I don't know. PA versus Lina Clinks.
Yeah,
I'm
maybe
not a fan of that.
like maybe
at
not
all.
that, but like you just want a hero that gets on top of these because they're so squishy.
PA
Yeah.
can
The TA.
definitely do that with Blinked Esso.
Yeah.
Does mean that this should be a Viper safe lane.
That'll be TA. So that's
Oh
gonna
god,
be.
I can't find Templar, guys.
I think
It's at the T.
I know. Thank you.
it should be.
You're
It should be
welcome.
bottom shelf, I think. Unless is it on there? I want to say it's bottom shelf.
So they
Unlike top shelf Lumi.
God damn.
I believe you can
Lanaya.
find
Dude,
it.
why is Templar with Sven? Like, she's part of the
Well,
S.
S is before T.
Viper
Nah.
is
Viper is safe lane.
so Viper's safe lane, but does that mean I don't think you can run the aggro tri lane into that? So you now have to have the Puck against the Viper tri lane.
Which isn't
Yeah.
good for Universe, but
10
Yeah.
seconds
he's one of the less
remaining.
susceptible of dying of the offlaners. Like he's willing to get less to not die.
You don't
so-
think
5
Viper will be like
seconds
left
remaining.
alone by complexity and they'll just focus on the Sand King lane instead?
Oh, I mean, I'm sure they will feel very little pressure.
They're gonna
for
rotate a lot.
protecting the safe lane.
coL doesn't really stay in lanes ever. They rotate a whole bunch. While EG could, but with a crit Rubik, we're to see a lot of roaming. I don't know. I actually like the Clinks last pick a lot more than I thought. I'm scared of TA, but I'm going EG.
You're going EG. What do you think, Gloomy?
I think this is really even. I don't like the Undying 4-5 because I feel like he has trouble taking Bounty Rune against Sand King or Kunkka.
Okay.
So I put a lot of emphasis on the 4 because I'm a support player. I like Complexity's draft a lot more on that regard, so I'm going to go with them.
Okay.
I'm going complexity here.
Go complexity as well. So it's 3 to 1
Alright.
grand. You're by yourself, but maybe you're gonna get some support from our commentators. Let's hear what they have to say about this draft and about this game. Time for game number 1 with Odie Pixel and Fogged.
Thank you very much, Shiva. Yeah, we're ready for the first game of day 2 of the NA region qualifiers here for the DreamLeague Major. I'm Odie Pixel. I'm here joined by Fogged, and indeed we've got EG versus Complexity. What do we think about lineups? What sort of sticks out to you that says I got to talk about this one?
Just different, right? We have Clinks and Lina in the same team. We haven't seen much Clinks. We haven't seen much Lina. So
No, not at all.
I don't know. We'll see how
I mean,
those
they're
end up working. There's gap closers from Complexity. I really like the TA last pick. I think
Okay.
it's incredibly good. They don't have great ways to break the refraction. He's got a super favorable lane versus the Lina as well.
Yeah, this TA
Could be a problem.
has the potential to go ham. That is for sure. Let's take it. Obviously, one way that they can play quite nicely around the TA is, well, actually, I guess it is sort of changed, but it's still good. I'm saying with the Rubik, you know, against the Viper, you should be able to get either the ult or the Nether Tox, you know what I mean, to
Yeah.
break for the range. So that's something at least. There is something there, but that's once he hits 6. Before that point, it's not going to be a lot of fun. Crit. Oh, you don't want to reveal yourself there, boy. Careful. coL.
EG just needs fear in front line. If he gets multi-hero DKs, then it's going to be really tough for coL, but that's the only way they can. Uh-oh.
Oh, Kyle.
Kyle.
He kind of stepped back up into that one. He'll try and turn with the Torrent. He'll get 2 of them, but indeed, Kyle, he's gone.
Oh, very
Oh,
fire.
wait, no.
He's dead.
If that got him out of there, I'll tell you what, but Crit will take the first blood.
So 2 for 2 bounties, and Universe is actually going to claim another one.
All right.
So Universe gets 2 bounties for himself.
Well, that's nice.
So that'll help him a lot in that matchup. And just like Shiver said, they're going to be helping Moo in that aggro tri-lane to try to shut down the Clinks. Clinks suffers a lot versus this. If they're able to actually get the gap close on him, he is very vulnerable to getting picked off nice and easy. Top lane, Universe should do quite well here. I mean, he just got double bounties. That's going to make the lane a hell of a lot easier with starting boots. And Fear starting mid, so helping out Sumail. So EG already, I like what the setup that they're doing with the lanes. It's just about if Arteezy gets shut down too heavily by this tri-lane.
Yeah, see how much Limp can do with that pressure.
Crit, getting stunned up.
Move in.
A torrent, he's dead.
I was going to say, this combo complexity is so strong. We've seen it from them so many times, sanking Kunkka lineups.
Yeah.
You got to be careful. You got to respect that power.
If you
in the lane,
you have to play in the lane. It's something we talk about when you're playing like try versus tri lane. It's standing on the side is always the big risk. This time it's a try versus a dual lane. If you stand on the side like that, you're very vulnerable to getting picked off, especially if you don't have a lane ward. But that Complexity has set themselves up to win this lane very handedly, especially putting down a ward to block the pull too. So they're going to limit the resources for what Rubik actually can play around the game. So we'll see how Crit just fixes this up for himself. All in all though, Arteezy is still farming. And Limp was still doing just fine in the mid lane, even though there was an Undying. And now we do have that tri-lane versus tri-lane. But now on Moo, getting lifted up, the decay. They've got a slow rip as well to follow.
That is enough. Very nice rotation from Fear. As you say, just sort of leveling the playing ground on this bottom lane, and it gets the job done. And even better that Artur gets the touch, claims a kill for the carry.
Forced this, well, he did skill strafe there. So with the, I mean, the new strafe doesn't kick in there. Of course, the dodging through projectile thing, but they just needed that extra little damage ticks. But now he doesn't have Shadow Walk or Skeleton Walk, and they should know that. So they can go for an aggressive move on him if he does walk up too far. And Fear being out of mana, that makes their tri-lane much weaker.
I mean, I have to say though, looking at the mid lane, despite Fear's presence, yeah, Limp, he really didn't get pushed that far behind. He's 7-4-4 against the 10-2. I think Limp, you know, he's going to be absolutely fine with the way that this lane is panning out, despite that early pressure that was put on him.
Yeah. Still, we're going to have to, even though it's, you know, it's a TA favorite matchup, Sumail is winning at the moment with that extra little bit of help. I think Complexity should still emphasize on keeping some stacks going. coL, they're looking for Arteezy. They know he doesn't have the Skeleton Walk.
Yeah, they've got the control into the torrent. Do they have the damage? They're running him down. Cold Feet does proc. They're trying to keep him alive with the Soul Rip heal. It's not enough. Arteezy will fall. Moo trying to juke it out. He has the Soul, but he gets cancelled. One more Burrow Strike as he comes back in. Moo trying to do as much as he can before he does eventually go down. Crit. Is he going to survive? No. Cold Feet and the torrent. Z-Freak claiming the double kill. It looks to run him down. He's going to have Soul Rip up again in a second, but with nothing. Oh, it's just enough. Just enough with the creeps around him.
That rip radius, 1300. Yeah. coL now getting hit up, but he should be just fine. So magic wands in these tri-lanes always very important.
Yeah.
We see all of EG's heroes picking up their sticks, and actually nobody on, okay, Complexity just picks up one on the AA, but Sanking doesn't have one just yet, and Kunkka just grabbed one after dying. Top lane, I thought Universe would have it a little bit better, but no, he's struggling super hard. Corrosive Skin still proving to be that disgusting ability as it always has been. 14-9 on the Viper to the 5-0 puck, so Complexity coming out really big in that top lane.
Jesse crashing the lane in now as well, as you say, and it's unlikely that we'll see any rotations from EG up here, as they have got their sights there elsewhere, mid lane and bottom lane.
They're looking for Sumail here. coL's coming in.
Awesome, that's a little deep. Sumail actually taking a lot of damage. He's going to way too cheeky, and indeed coL just lands the torrent, blocks him off, and with the DD on Limp, Sumail is down. Very, very nice rotation from coL. I mean, we've seen it every game that he's played the Kunkka. I mean, it's been pretty damn hot. He's definitely impressed the most on Kunkka recently. Bottom lane, Arteezy manning up against Z-Freak, but it cost him his life.
That's worth it for Complexity.
Definitely. Throwing heroes at the carry and getting the kill.
Yeah. coL now sees Universe is pulling the wave. It's just being a little bit annoying here. Universe should be just fine here. Picks up a bottle as well from that secret shop.
Bottom lane, EG trying to move in onto Moo. And again, just plays it super safe. Knows that they're on the hunt, TP straight out.
Picks up his items from base too. Going for that very early drums, Bracer and a wand now finished up on the Sanking. So Sanking AA, very strong dual lane for them to be able to find kills if someone steps out of position.
I mean, they've opened drafts for this so many times, and it has had great success. So it'll be interesting if EG can take down Complexity when they. For me, it just looks like they have a draft that they are super, super solid on, and recently so as well. As you say, sure, with EG, you do have Sumail, Lina, and Arteezy on the Clinks, which are classics, but recently so, very, very much underpicked.
Yeah. I mean, it's a hard game to be able to kill the TA. That's the one thing we talked about right away.
Yeah, good finish.
Very solid last pick Templar Assassin versus EG's lineup. Haven't seen them do any ancient stacks just yet. So that's the one thing that they are kind of missing. But Kyle's trying to put pressure on in other different ways by going for ganks and just getting up the wards nice and early. He's going to be able to put that top ward down so they can watch if anybody's going to rotate with Universe. Since Puck is going to be hitting 6 soon, we could see that happening.
Kyle, eyes on Uni again. We'll play around with him, as you say, just causing issues for Uni outside of the lane, trying to bait out the orb.
Kyle has to be careful, but Sumail also in some trouble here.
Yeah, Limp giving him a bit of a rundown. Sumail will be fine thanks to Crit's presence. Back towards the mid. They are going to look to turn towards Uni. Uni just orbs himself away. It does salve up, and indeed, Kyle is getting lower and lower here.
He's got the raindrop, so he can resist a little bit of that damage, but yeah, the Sand Viper, and TA all very farm. I mean, Chessie is going to be a big problem here, getting all this free farm. Kyle now, Crit, finding him out.
Good Torrent though from Kyle. Might not save his life though, because Universe chases the orb, procs the raindrop, and a quick fade bolt from Crit gets the kill secure.
Level 6 going to be now claimed up on Universe from this bounty rune, and Chessie has to watch how far he steps up. There's TPs coming in from the Undying, Chessie.
Yeah, yes.
There's a lot of TPs.
They are going to pop the Dream Coil down. They're going to surround. They've got 4 heroes on this Viper up top. And Chessie will go down. Takes a lot. EG do get the kill, and it does require, say, 4 people rotating to the lane, which is even more space to Limp.
Yeah, it's a bit costly, but that was a little overzealous there by Chessie. Sure, he had like a double creep wave on the tower with the catapult, so he wanted to put as much pressure as possible, but has to expect those kind of rotations. Bottom now, there's a dust. Arteezy.
Oh, they found him with the cold feet, the torrent. I mean, this combo, it's just going to kill the Clinks every single time.
Yeah. And this is what we were saying. Clinks can really suffer versus these double stun tri-lanes. And now they can put pressure of their own on this tower since it is a siege wave. Yeah, and look at this. They all buying dust too. Even Moo picks up a dust for himself on the Sand King. So just, I mean, best way to deal with Clinks is in the early game is dust.
Anything to keep Arteezy behind.
Yeah. But Limp is going to be a bit of a monster in this game. It does seem like he's already 300 gold higher than everybody else, and he can find himself a DD, so he can actually farm the Ancients as well as a creep wave very quickly here. So that'll surge him forward a bit more as well. Smoke comes out from EG though. Do they have wards as well? They don't have a ward on any of them to be able to find vision. They've placed all 4 actually right off the bat. They might be able to find Limp if he doesn't.
Yeah, it would be the big kill.
Here. They've got the TP from Sumail.
Yeah, here's the lead in. He's absolutely in a load of trouble. They get the telekinesis, hold him back in the light strike array, and they'll bring down the kills. So EG making some big movements.
Yeah.
But they are getting big kills. Taking Chessie down early and now taking down Limp.
Chessie using that space though, trying to claim that top tower as fast as possible. There is no glyph. He's trying to focus on it. Will he be able to get it? Looks like he should be able to without it being denied. TP rotations coming in. They've got coil, but doesn't look like they'll be able to close the gap on Chessie there.
Very close opening all in all.
Arteezy's still going to struggle here though. But oh, speaking of Arteezy struggling, he's actually death pacted, sitting on top of Kyle here.
Oh, and Kyle is DC'd.
He could die here. If Kyle goes on the low ground and Arteezy position high ground, there's a high chance.
Should have enough damage.
There's a high chance Arteezy gets him.
Yeah, with 3 points in the arrows, yeah, it's looking pretty good for Artur.
Yeah, with the strafe, the extra damage that comes from that. Sumail's already starting to make the rotation over too, so Kyle looks to be in quite a bit of trouble here.
Yeah, we'll see if he does back up, but with the ward, there's not yet. They die themselves, don't have vision over there, so no real reason why Kyle would suddenly turn around.
He wants to go join his teammates too, and I think he had a ward too, so he wants to like, go down and put an aggressive ward in the enemy jungle.
This should be a kill.
Let's see how it plays out.
Oh, Arteezy should find this one.
I think he should, yeah. Kyle, as soon as he drops down into the river, he starts going.
Oh.
That's actually underestimated. That's actually a lot less damage than I thought it would be.
Ah, I thought it would, yeah.
The 5 armor on Kunkka.
With the changes to strafe, it's not quite the punch that it once was with just 1 skill point in terms of
attack. Yeah, it's really not.
No,
all right, well.
No, that was underwhelming.
It is a lot less attack speed than it used to be. It really looked like he was going to be able to take him out there, but Kunkka's actually pretty tanky here. 900 HP with 5 armor. Okay.
Radiant structures are fortified.
My bad.
We did not do the maths.
Did not do the maths. No. And now coL, they're going to be able to pressure this bottom tower.
Under attack.
Moo cutting the wave. Almost has the drums finished up on top of those tranquils, the build that he tends to always do. Don't know if he's going to go urn this game, though. He tends to build the urn when it's he's playing versus another initiator, so he can just throw the urns on the opposing initiator and cancel their blinks. Yeah, 2 towers now. Going for complexity. And Viper will be building toward that Veil, as we see. They do have a lot of magic damage. Kunkka tanking Viper and AA. Very good Veil game here. Very good versus Clinks, too, because Clinks, you don't want to build the BKB too early, so you're very susceptible to that magic.
Yeah, you have to build into that damage.
Now Stumel. Stumel is gone phase boots, as he usually does, and he's queued up the Bloodstone.
Oh, no surprise there.
Look at Kuroki's win rate on Lina.
Lina, yeah, we've not seen that one yet.
No. He's trying to get some trades here, Moo. He is rotating toward the middle lane. He spots out Rubik, so they know there's at least 4 heroes mid now. Universe as well, pincering toward. Don't know if Complexity wants to contest the one so much. Do they have a TP on Viper?
Spooky.
Don't think he wants a TP in the front of everything, but he does. He's actually going for it.
All right, they're going to see if they can get a catch on this move. We'll find the Burrow Strike at the side, and with the damage from Limb, Fear falling low, gets the Sorrel, buying himself some time as he tries to get out of this all, but the cold feet procs in.
Nice.
There is down.
Tower does go down, they don't get the deny, but they're chasing.
Oh, Moo! Dodging the Light Strike there and landing the Burrow Strike onto Samael. Oh, if that was a moment later, that stun, the Light Strike would have definitely held back the Sanking, but Moo with the quick plays.
Really emphasizing on defending that. Well, not really defense, but getting some kills out of it. Just because of how immensely farm chest he is on top of Raindrop. We did talk about how EG's physical damage is pretty lacking early on, so that max high-level corrosive plus Raindrop is pretty damn good for Viper. Just line up and yeah, they're going to claim themselves another tier 1. EG, they are porting in though with Puck. Coil is available, but Complexity all starting to get out of range. They've disengaged nicely.
Crit can't find a catch. Kyle's got the medallion complete.
He has it. Okay, Rush the medallion this time around. So they want to be able to take Roche as early as possible. And they have a very strong 5-man on Complexity if they do group up for that one. Not now, but in a short period of time. Once the TA probably has either the Blink or the Desolator.
Yeah, I was going to say, what do you think he's going to go for? It looks like with the Blightstone and
I think Blink.
The Blink queued up, yeah.
I think Blink this time is just a bit better. Especially because they have like Sanking and Kunkka. He can just jump on top after a stun. And we usually see the Blink versus Lina's as the first item, because you can just jump on top of the Lina and she's very susceptible to getting bursted through the meld hits.
Easy with that smoke. Seeing if they can catch any Complexity out in the jungle. Chesty alone, shining up. Crit starting to make the move, but Chesty's already on the retreat. They'll be on the high ground. It's very hard for EG to make a play there, and indeed they cannot. They have to back away. Cannot chase down like that. Move up top. Tranks, drums, and Urn working towards the Blink Dagger. He is going to be the target. Come in. Drag him back, and with the amount of burst, he should be got. He does. Oh, he gets out a very nice little Burrow Strike of the way out. It doesn't result in any kill. There was another hero there on Complexity. It could have been absolutely massive, but they get the kill, EG. They bring down Moo, and now can look to put some pressure onto this tier 1 top.
Yeah, he does live a little bit longer there. That could have been nice, but yeah, he's one of the more squishy cores.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Limp continuing to farm up in the jungle. In the meantime, they are stacking that tower since 12-5 committed.
Oh, we say that.
They're really, I mean,
they're looking to do their best, yeah.
Look at that.
They're coming through, and the EG will respect that. They do back away.
Welcome back.
Their cores are just very tanky on Complexity. TA and the Viper. Very hard to be brought down.
Yeah, there's Limp. With the Blink Dagger now.
And Moo actually went for the Urn anyway, so not just deciding to go for the Rush Blink Dagger. That one's a bit different to me, but I know he really loves this build up, this Tranquil Urn.
Yeah, he's done it a few
He's done
times.
it. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
done it
the
like
majority of the times.
pretty much all of them, yeah. EG. Slowing the pace down a bit. Plexi looking to stay a bit aggressive here. perched behind Limp in the top lane. They're trying to look for pincer movement toward the mid lane, trying to catch some rotations.
See what coL can catch. He leads in on the front of it all.
They've got good vision with the traps all the time, and they've placed very aggressive wards. But now Blink Dagger is picked up from Universe. They've got a better way to initiate the fights.
See if Crit goes on this, but as we say, coL are there on the high ground.
Well, another Toxin on Crit. This is probably one of the better steals he can get, especially versus the Viper, to break that corrosive skin. And like we said too, EG is mostly magic damage, so having Nether Toxin, being able to boost up that, reduce the magic resistance of the enemies, can definitely prove to be a strong tool for Crit. Complexity, 4K lead at the moment. They're doing a great job of distributing their wealth. Z-Freak has just been parked bottom for a very long time. About to have the Midas actually finished up on him, on that AA.
Yeah, he's been finding a lot of space down there. Reflected Rune on net worth. Not looking too bad at all. RTZ. Again, eyes onto Kyle. But even at this, RTZ still doesn't quite have the items to make those sort of solo plays, even onto the supports, because of the... Well, at least the tankiness of the Kunkka. Maybe if he finds an AA alone, he can solo that one at this stage.
Sure.
But he still needs time, he still needs more items after.
He's only level 9 too. It's pretty unleveled since they have to keep that tri-lane. He doesn't have Death Pact on right now, but they're going to go for Chesty anyway. They have the Nether Toxin to break him.
With the help of Universe, they will have the kill. So to spend the Dream Coil for that one. Ice Blast comes back in, disconnect onto 3 of them. But we're seeing how much it takes from EG to actually get those kills.
That Nether Toxin steal coming in clutch right there.
Yeah.
That little bit of bonus damage to pierce through that Viper. Hopefully very relevant. Limp cleans up a double Ancient stack.
I mean, once Limp has the Death side, I don't see any reason why Complexity won't just start to go. You know, with the Blink and Desolator, as we've been saying, if he can get a jump onto one of the members of EG, they'll be out of the fight at the start. Blink Dagger on Mu, obviously the other big pickup.
I think that's the big one, yeah. I think they really need the Sand King Blink this game, because they can't really make plays unless they like just rely on a wild torrent to kind of catch on something.
Yeah.
That's very unreliable, especially with heroes that EG does have at the moment. EG, they look like they're grouping up for the fight though first. Top, Sumail's looking for Mu, stuns off the mark. Didn't have mana for Laguna anyway, but just wanted to put pressure. Here we go, they are smoked. They are looking to get an opportunity into a tower.
But look at Mu, he's already backing straight away from this top lane. I think he knows with Sumail there, it's very likely that others will be behind.
This time, cool, give it. They just want to farm their Blink Daggers before they try to take a big engagement now. They're so close to them. Mu scouts it, but they're like, that's a pretty tough kill for
a little deep, yeah. And there will be reactions if they go for it.
Yeah.
And this is a lot of time. Arteezy's moving around. He's not hitting the creeps like Limp and Chessia.
Yeah, Limp is starting to pull further and further ahead. About to have that Deso finished up. And would look like the Maelstrom soon on Chessie too. One piece away from that one. Yeah, Z-Freak has actually been bottom for about 5 minutes now. Farming that with those waves. He's having the dream.
And no one's coming down there looking for him. As I said, maybe that could be a potential pickoff for Arteezy, but Arteezy's just been moving around elsewhere with the rest of his team. And yeah, with this creep wave, so this AA is going to be the same level as Arteezy's Clinks.
Okay. So TA takes the 7 armor this time to deal with the Clinks' damage as well as Alina, since I mean, that maybe they'll be able to add it up eventually, but we've been seeing the psionic trap damage. It's pretty interesting, especially to cut creep waves. That's like probably the biggest thing that I've seen it used for. So,
yeah, true, a bit of a different one. But if anyone's going to ever know what to do best on TA, it is going to be Limp.
Yeah,
it's quite a classic for him.
He's probably just thinking that's not the point of his hero,
sure.
is to be using traps to kill creep waves and cut stuff up. It does do a significant amount of damage, but he's feeling like I want to be able to just get in the fights. And Blink Star finished up, Blink on Mu. Blink on Mu, Blink on Limp.
Yeah, this is the big peak now for Complexity. I mean, they're going to hit many more this game if they continue like this, but this is a massive one already.
They have vision here on the high ground here. If Arteezy shows himself at all, they are pinging out. They're expecting something here. One kill turns into an instant Roche for Complexity with that Medallion Deso.
I mean, Arteezy does have the Desolator, but as we're seeing, if they get a jump on him, he's just going to pop it, or they'll take that one instead. That's just as good. Sumail instantly removed, and that was with the Bloodstone.
Yeah, he's up in 1 second, so this one actually doesn't allow them to really go for that Roche potential right away.
Still good news, though. Charges down the drain for Sumail.
Yeah. Now this Arteezy is looking to hunt for Z-Freak. So this is where complexity, I mean, they don't know that the Deso's up, but mid lane up.
Well, coL too. You're going to see Limp blink out, so he'll be fine. Fear's going to move forward. They're trying to fire here, but kyle gets the rum over himself. Arteezy coming in with a wraparound from behind, looking to try and go on to Chessie, but Chessie just too tanky. Turns towards kyle. Kyle finally falls, but they've lost the Rubik. Moo on the retreat. Arteezy trying to chase, but a quick burrow strike and a standstill to the high ground will get Moo to safety. So again, you know, EG, they're trying to fight with the Dream coil and such, but struggling to really have the damage to bring down some of these heroes. We saw Chessie getting focus fired by the Clinks, but with the rum on him, even with the Desolator on Clinks, it's a tanky beast, the Viper.
It looked like a couple uphill misses as well, but yeah, he's still extremely durable with that, with the rum, as well as having that Veil pick up. 20 armor on the Viper, pretty hard to pierce through. Complexity needs to make sure, though, that not only do they have dust in these fights, but many sentries placed just so they can have good like, information of where the Clinks is. As Clinks walking into this lineup of Complexity, it's pretty damn scary. One stun and you can get bursted. And they smoke up again. They're just looking for that pick off into Roche. So important for them.
What about this Roche controlling? They got a kill here before. They may get it again. Crit up to the high ground. Looks like we'll be fine for now. Limp not wanting to blink in aggressively. Moo coming back up.
They see Universe.
Yeah, they're going to go try for that one at least instead. The Torrent and Burrow Strike perfectly done. They do have the X mark. Limp should be able to come in and do the damage if he wishes to. Oh, he can't. Focus at the Tombstone. No,
Universe.
Oh, okay, the wraparound for Chessie. That gets it. Suddenly, there's a Viper on the high ground. Chessie gets cut off.
And
Limp and Moo finding Arthur as well. And that's the Roche.
Yep.
Straight into the pit they go.
So it looked like Universe jaunted to his orbit, but got X'd back instantly. Or either he didn't, or he just didn't jaunt. I didn't see which interaction actually ended up happening.
It's very hard to play his way out of that one.
That was...
And, I mean, Arteezy, he revealed himself there because he went for the Z-Freak kill. He gets the AA kill, but it cost him his life.
Not worth it at all.
Not worth it at all. Into the pit they go.
Z-Freak was level 12, so Arteezy gets some experience. But yeah, I mean, they lose the Roche, and now, I mean, Z-Freak's building toward a mech, so he's going to end up being a lot more durable here. So when I see this one again, if he does actually get the jaunt, I think he got X back instantly as he jaunted, because he shoots the orb, phase shifts. Guys actually just doesn't jump to it. So he just gets caught out here. This is the wraparound from Chessie afterwards. Okay. Slight mistake there. Coming out. I don't think Universe expected that extra rotation. Brutal. And Chessie goes for that Maelstrom build so that he can stay relevant as well, since he has the Veil as well as the Spell Lifesteal build. And builds a Hood on top of that Corrosive. So, like we said, EG, mostly magic damage. This is going to make him a very tough target to bring down. But Crit does have Nether Toxin stolen. Sumail and him positioned on the side here. Chessie, to be careful.
I mean, he's quite far up the tower. But as you say, it's still going to take quite a bit if he gets the Hood out. He's not actually going to get the chance to with the stuns coming through.
Let's see how much damage because of that Nether Toxin. Look at that Lina damage.
400 burst. Elsewhere, the Limp gets the pick off. Finds himself there.
That's a solo kill.
Out and alone.
I made them look at the damage.
Look at this down bottom. Ice Blast. Onto 2. Oh, the Light Strike is there, holding that Limp for some time. But Limp, he's able to continue. They've got Crit as well. As Complexity making the big plays and starting to gain a bit of a lead. 23 minutes in, 6k lead for them. Their 2 cores are slightly ahead.
Split up a bit too much. They have to have like all 5 of their heroes to really go for these things. Moo now earns up Arteezy. He's going for the chase down. He's dusted as well. Kyle's there too with the sentries at the ready.
Oh, yeah, Moo with the blink Burrow Strike. They've got the Torrent, the boat coming through as well. Arteezy, but they have more detection. Oh, they do. Oh, Z-Freak saves the day. Comes in just in time with the secondary dust. And they claim the Clinks kill. Up top, Universe clearing the wave out. Will be able to blink TP himself back to safety.
This is looking problematic for EG though. They can't take head-on fights versus Complexity.
At least not until the BKB's there on Clinks, which it nearly is. Arteezy's nearly got it, I believe. But the same to be said for Limp's BKB as well. Actually, I say Arteezy's nearly got it. He's a lot further away than Limp is.
Yeah.
Arteezy does still need a bit more time to get that one done.
Sumail chooses to go for Shadow Blade this game, even though that their versus that they already have a Clinks on their team, and he's gonna get chased out here. They're trying to close the gap. Universe is there with Fear though.
Oh, but Moo again with these Burrow Strike plays jumping in. They've got the Torrent onto Sumail. They do have the sentries. I think there's a sentry and 2 dust being thrown out there.
I mean, they have the reveal for the Clinks already. Maybe he was trying to go for those kind of pickoffs here, but all right, interesting. And yeah, we see the full Spirit Vessel was completed on Moo there. So they've got some extra heal and sustain and damage.
I mean, Moo's just been a bit of a monster in the games that I've seen him play. To be fair, he's been able to play Sand King so many times. It always gets through because they always do pick it up straight away, and it doesn't seem to be a hero that teams like to ban in those opening 3. But it just feels like he's just so comfortable on it. Every time making the jumps, catching multiple heroes out with the Blink Burrow Strike initiations. And it's proven to be a little too much for EG. They're now 10k behind. Complexity getting some good momentum going. And we know that if coL take further positive fights, it's very easy for them to go to the high ground with the pushing power of the Viper and the TA.
Yeah, this is a problem. Moo picks up 4 dusts now.
What a team player. Oh, he's been doing the job. It really has so far. Arteezy trying his best to push these side lanes out. Keep on par with Farm, but as we're saying, each of these situations leading to Sumail and Arteezy falling further behind Chessie and Limp. Smokes are out for coL and the boys.
So much information on the map for coL with all these traps placed up and with the map dominance they have at the moment. EG has to go for
is that a DD rune? That's a DD rune as well for coL. Limp. I mean, he is more than ready to go with the BKB complete.
He's got it done, yeah.
What'd you get on the level 20 on TA again? Anything crazy?
More meld armor. Ooh. Refraction dispelling I don't think is too much of a deal in this game, especially there's nothing really he can... Great. It's very dead. Stuns out the mark though actually from Moo.
I was going to say, I've been talking up Moo, and then he's whiffed it. He's going to still go for the chase down. Power of the Spirit Vessel. Look how much damage he does with the caustic. Already crits down to half health. And it doesn't matter if Moo whiffs the Burrow Strike initially. They'll still get the kill. Universe trying for the split push up to 2k gold as he's looking to go towards the Aghanim Scepter next with the BKBs on Limp and such.
Yeah, he takes the meld armor reduction.
And Zefree's got a mech. The tools coming together for Complexity to really pressure EG.
They're going to go look for some tier 3 here. Aegis does get reclaimed, but EG has to commit so much to go for any of these fights. And now X comes in, Limp blinks in. There is Glyph available, but this is a lot of damage being done. Arteezy is forced to TP back. Still no BKB finished on him.
Well, does reveal with the light strike, but yeah, you should say this X-Mark TA combo can do this very effectively, really. Just blinking in blindly to the backlines and trying to 2-3 shot the squishier heroes of EG to make a push happen.
They can do these pushes so safe because of the X.
Here we go again. X-Mark, he jumps in, will be focused, but he's brought back out. Does take quite a bit of damage that time round. Falls down to half, but it's very, very hard for EG to deal with that sort of play. And as you can see, Chessie's just able to move back in. They've nearly got the tier 3. Jukes out the light strike array. In he goes once more, and the tier 3 tower's down. Sumail does get the deny. But a very, very slight glimpse of a silver lining really for EG as this opens up the shrine still for Complexity. They're going to get good control of the map. And EG's lineup, it's not really a lineup that you want to be playing from behind, I don't feel.
No, they need to be able to group up as 5 to find these pickups.
They've got to find these ganks.
But look at Chessie, he's ready for it.
Oh, he is on the high ground. There we have straight away. Chessie actually opening up onto Fear. Universe will jump in with the Dream coil, but already Fear's gone. BKB popped by Arteezy. He turns towards Chessie, bringing Chessie down low, but Chessie forced away. He's going to keep alive, and EG are just getting absolutely destroyed here. They've lost 4. Chessie ends up surviving. Even the Universe can't finish him. It's game over.
Yeah, that fight was perfectly executed by Complexity.
They were just ready for that.
Chessie read the movement coming out.
Oh, and EG were just like, how do you want your dinner? And coL said, we like it smoked. And they come in, and they just feed 5 heroes. Straight up, and now Complexity is just destroying the base.
It's 2 full sets.
I don't know how you come back from this one, folks. This is looking pretty grim for EG, and a very strong start to day 2 for Complexity.
Their positioning in the fight was just so perfect. Chessie, look at coL dropping his items. He is taunting.
Oh.
And he smokes them out of the base,
love it.
too. He's feeling very confident.
I mean, he's at a 20k gold lead.
Radiant's top shrine is under attack.
You see it again here. So what went so horribly wrong here for EG?
Well, Look, Sumail cannot do anything because he walks in and he just gets completely comboed down. Chessie's positioning was the biggest thing, I think, there. Like, he just stands in the front line, and EG has so little physical damage, so Limp pops BKB. He is actually pretty much immortal in that fight.
I mean, that's the thing as well. You know, you talk about the lack of physical damage. That whole fight, Arteezy is, the whole time with his BKB duration, is focused on Chessie.
Yeah.
And Chessie's doing exactly what he wants to. He's tanking it, and he gets out. He doesn't even die.
That Veil.
Yeah. It's doing absolute wonders.
Armor, yeah.
Shiva's guard's complete on Mu now as well.
Yeah, they're going to clean this game up last year, too.
Butterfly's pretty much done for Limp's TA. I don't know how this game, if EG can turn this around with this lineup, I'll be absolutely impressed, but I just don't see it happening, Fog.
I don't really see it happening either.
This is back to the drawing board. If anything, this is just time drawn out for EG to consider how they change it up in game 2.
Sumail's down to 2 Bloodstone charges. And now they've even got a Guardian Greave on top for the AA, so more armor, more healing inside of these engagements.
There's no farm on Sumail and Arteezy at this stage of the game. There we go. How can EG stop this? They look towards Limp, but Limp not taking a whole world of damage. The refraction and the Solar Crest buff all coming in with the 2-man burrow. Instantly straight back out there, just teasing with EG. Asserting their dominance, Complexity. There's a double damage rune ready and waiting for Limp.
And
he's got the butterfly out. I mean, yeah, if they want to play it safe and go for it, he's going to be able to take that down in a matter of seconds, and he will scout it out, and this should be a very, very quick and easy rush for Complexity. No way that EG can get themselves out of the base to contest it.
He kills it so fast by himself, too.
He's absolutely massive.
The new minus Mel, DD, and Deso B-Fly. Aegis Cheese online, EG. This is like a last-ditch effort to smoke here, but it's going to be too late.
Way too late. There's no way they can get there in that amount of time. And now, in fact, the smoke of Complexity is going to come out in reaction. They're ready to try and catch EG out of the base. I mean, the question I'm asking myself this time around is are EG actually going to ever be able to get a single kill? Because the way that Complexity are playing in these team fights, it just feels like the way that they coordinate and synergize as a team is impossible for EG to break through at this point. They do find Z-Freak on the sidelines, plus the Guardian Grease, so there we go. They do get one.
That's the BKB from Arteezy,
but it is just the AA, and look at Limp jumping in with the BKB, turns towards Fear. Fear keeping himself alive for some time with the Stole Rip, but Chessie moves forward, gets the Viper Strike on Crit, stolen Viper Strike turned back towards Limp, but Crit is down. Arteezy on the back lines having to deal with Mu, jumps on top of him with the epicenter. Arteezy is just going to get run down by this lone Sand King. They have lost coL. Arteezy with the invis will be fine for now. They don't have further detection, but Limp, he's just moving in onto the base, hammering into the tier 4s. GG well played is called. The DCs come in as EG are out of here. And what a game 1 indeed. You know, EG certainly showing a bit of hope at the start, but overall, Complexity, very solid lanes. We saw how well the solo lanes were going for them. Limp and Chessie had an easy opening.
Yeah.
And as soon as these sort of team fights came into play, EG's draft, it fell all over the place. It just felt like it had no impact at all against Complexity's lineup.
They had to commit so much to go for any of these type of kills. And yeah, I think right in the beginning what you were talking about is like the nail on the head. The TA, sure, Lina did decent in the mid lane.